You join us here at Wealdstone as assistant manager, coming in with Neil. Talk to us about your first week. How have you found it here so far?
It's been a bit hectic, if I've been honest. You know, we came down on Sunday evening. Neil got the call on Sunday morning, I think it was, to come down and speak to Rory. We came down Sunday night and spent the full day here on Monday. It was very hectic in terms of, you know, trying to sort all the contract and stuff out. Had a good chat with Rory and a few of the other staff members and a couple of other directors. We went down to the ground as well, which was, you know, so we met the groundsman and the kit man and a couple more of the staff. And then sort of Tuesday was our first session, so we were sort of thrown in at the deep end a little bit, which was fantastic for us and great to meet the lads as well, you know, fantastic set of players.
Your first session Tuesday, you mentioned it there. How did you find meeting them, sort of learning about your players? And trying to bring it to your own styles?
I think it's obviously when you do meet a group of players, it's obviously new and you know you don't tend to know much about them, but we have watched Wealdstone very closely in the past couple of months, as we have with many of the conference clubs. You know, since Neil and myself have been out of work in sort of July time, we've done a lot of extensive work looking at the conference and also the National League and League Two as well. So you know we're well versed and we know what to expect. And we already know that we've got a fantastic group of players, you know, very talented. You know, perhaps there's just one or two things that is just maybe holding the group back, and hopefully we can unlock that.
100%. Saturday, first game, Solihull coming up. While it's a chance to show everyone your style of management, your play, it's a chance to meet the fans, really sort of take in the whole community on Saturday, isn't it?
It'll be, it's going to be fantastic. Hopefully there'll be a good crowd. I think there'll be a little bit of obviously added spice as well with Matt coming back. So hopefully, you know, we can make it a hostile environment. We like when we do, obviously myself and Neil in the past, we pride ourselves on our home form, you know, certainly, and we want to make the ground a fortress, and hopefully we can start that on Saturday.
How would you describe your management style on a sort of personal level? Neil talked to us about the play style, possession, but you yourself.
I think in terms of myself and Neil's sort of you know, very tactically versed. You know, we're both pro license holders, so we know the tactical side of the game, and Neil likes to sort of take ownership of that, which is fantastic. Lets me get on with my part of the role as well. And I think we complement each other very well, you know, sort of, I wouldn't say it's a good cop, bad cop type of partnership, you know. I think we've known each other a long time, and we know, you know, each other's strengths, and we also know each other's weaknesses.
You've obviously, of course, worked with Neil before, but before you came into management, you sort of had a broad career, you made over 200 appearances in football across England and Wales. How well does that verse, bringing all of that into your management career?
Yeah, I think I've obviously had a long career. I think 34 years in pro football to date. And, you know, I've played for some really good managers and I've played for some really average managers as well. And I think you take a little bit of everything out of it. You know, you pick up every day is a school day, if you like, and you know, you're learning new things every day. And I think if you can sort of, you need to put your own stamp on it first and foremost. But obviously if you can take the good points out of what you've learned from different managers and coaches throughout my journey, then hopefully, you know, that stands as into good stead in the future.
And then just finally, your management career so far. Neil, again, has talked to us about how you've managed at clubs where you're battling against bigger opposition, maybe budget or size. Another similar role here, it's sort of walking straight back into that.
Yeah, it's very similar to what we've encountered in the past. You know, we've been involved in teams with limited resources, and we've always excelled because we've always gone to the nth degree in terms of detail. You know, there'll be no stone left unturned in any of the opposition we play. There'll be no excuses for the players. So we like to think that we go that little bit further than maybe the average sort of coach or the average sort of manager. And I think that gives us the edge on, you know, sometimes we're coming up against the bigger teams, if you like. Obviously, you know, we've done it in the past. You know, we've won Welsh Cup finals against teams with, you know, bigger budgets than us. We've gone to Europe. We've won in Slovenia. So it's one of those where I think that if you go into fine details and you give the players all the information they need, they can never come back at you with any excuses. And hopefully it gives them enough information plus their talent to perform and hopefully get results.